This is Scott the Fix Guy. Today we have a Bertazzoni Italian oven that is not lighting. These are really good ovens, but they're kind of temperamental and they get a little dirty around the thermocoupler, so we're just going to clean that up. It's pretty easy to do. First we're going to take the door off by bringing up these two latches, and then we just lift it right off. Pretty heavy though, don't hurt your back. Get that out of the way. You don't have to take the door off, it's just makes it a little bit easier to get to the parts. Take out the racks. And then there's two Phillips head screws that we have to pull to get the bottom plate off. And then we have access to the thermocoupler and the igniter. They just get a little dirty, and then the oven won't light unless you light it manually, like with a lighter or a match. So we're going to pull off the bottom panel. I'm going to move it away from us first, and then we're going to lift it up and get the lip out from the front, and then it'll just come right off. And we have the burner assembly. The thing with the orange cord is the spark igniter. I'm cleaning that with a wire brush, trying to get any oxidation off. And then I'm going to clean back here. This is the thermocoupler. I noticed there's a lot of scale and rust right here at this joint, so I'm just cleaning that up. And I'm also going to clean the front of the thermocoupler. If you notice that the line coming into the thermocoupler is kind of loose, then it's time to do a new thermocoupler, and that's the reason it won't light, because it's not able to send a signal to the safety valve to let the gas flow in. This one though is on there nice and tight. It's just kind of dirty, some rust and scale that's built up over the last 3 or 4 years. We think that this one's about 4 years old. I'm also spraying a little electrical cleaner. You get this at Home Depot. It's I think CRC electrical cleaner on the spark generator here, and also on the thermocoupler. And again, I'm just cleaning it up with a wire brush. And then when I go to test it, we got a really good ignition. It lights up right away, no delay at all. So I'm going to push in and then turn the dial, and we've got the spark coming in there, and then nice ignition. Took about maybe 2 seconds. Now the spark will continue to go for about another 5 seconds, and then it'll turn itself off. So that did the trick, got it lighting right away. One thing that I like to do with this is also put the bottom panel back on and then do the same experiment again. Sometimes the bottom panel being in place cuts off the amount of oxygen and it won't light as well or as readily. In this case though, when we put the bottom panel back on, we put the Phillips head screws back in, we put the door back on, it's still lit right away. So just cleaning it with the wire brush was the main thing that made the difference. Electrical cleaner is just good to have. It can help clean it a little bit more. If you don't have it though, just doing the wire brush trick should do the trick for you. So beyond these fouling up now and then after about 3 or 4 years, they're really good ovens, and this procedure will probably only take you about 10 minutes. Pretty simple. The only tool you really need is a Phillips head screwdriver and a wire brush. And I'm just putting the oven door back on, putting the pinch pieces back in, and then I'm going to bring it down 90 degrees and close these two latches. And then I'll close up the door. I'm going to set it for 350 degrees and just make sure that it's going to heat up quickly and readily as it should. So when we look in there, we see a little blue flame in this little port, this little hole. So we know that it's heating up correctly. It's already getting nice and warm in there. Get the camera a little closer. You can see that blue flame. So even though the panel's on there, it still lights up right away. So hope this has been helpful to you and you get your oven going too. And please subscribe to our channel when you get a chance. Thanks for watching.